Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Barn Find Restorations. Before I get started, I just want to show you how the tractor turned out that we painted last time. So I think this paint job turned out pretty good. Like I said before, it's not a restoration, so you can still see some little dents and waves in the hood and tin work, but all you wanted was a paint job, and I think it turned out pretty nice for that. The tin is fairly straight on it overall. And I sent him some pictures. He was really happy actually with how it turned out. So he's sending me some more tractors, so he must be happy with it. But yeah, just give you guys a quick look. Kind of walk around the back here. And I'll try and get some pictures to pop up of what it looked like before, because this thing was rough. But here you go. It's off to its new home. Who's ready to see the next project? I'm really excited to share this tractor with you guys. I have been waiting so long to get this tractor back on my farm, and it's probably the rarest tractor I've ever owned as of right now. Maybe someday I'll have something even more, but it's just something you not see a lot of, and I'll give you guys a tour of it a little bit. So this is a McCormick Deering 04 orchard tractor. And they were designed for orchards, and they have solid front steel wheels, and they're supposed to have skirts that cover up the engine compartment and go up over the tires and such. And there's not a lot of these actually around. There was never many to begin with. There was only about 2,700 of them built compared to their sister tractor, which is the McCormick W4, and there was about 23,000 of those ones made. Some different features like the rims I pointed out, and the back here, the seat sits way lower than a W4. It has individual brakes on opposite sides with individual park brake locks on both sides. It has a hand clutch, which is this right here. And then the platform is way smaller. If it was a W4, the inside of these fenders would be way over by the wheel and give you a lot more room. It would have, W4s have the brake and clutch pedals up by your feet, just like any other tractor. And this one actually has these holes in the grill, has a swept back air intake, and then there's supposed to be a cowl that goes up over the steering wheel too. And then the really cool part about this tractor is I actually own this same exact tractor, this one right here. A few years back. I bought it in 2017, right after I got married. And at the time I didn't own this place, and I put it in my garage, and my landlord was not happy that it was leaving oil all over the garage floor, and told me to find somewhere else to store it or get rid of it. And I didn't have anywhere to go with it, so I was pretty much forced to sell it. And back when I had it, it still had the original patina brown original paint color look to it, and it looked great. Still had the 04 stickers, which you can kind of see under the paint there. And I sold it to a guy who said he was going to restore it because that was the only way I was going to sell it. Well, unfortunately, a week later, he plastered on probably the worst paint job I've ever seen. I mean, look at this. He went right over the rust scale and everything. I'm pretty sure he brushed it out by hand. And then he just listed it for sale for twice as much as I listed it for. And he didn't even do the rims right. He did the castings silver and then the wheel weights red, which I've never seen anybody do on a farm-all tractor before. And then it was gone. I thought I would never get it back. And then a few years later here, somebody local had actually picked it up, stuffed it in their shed, lost interest in it, listed it for sale again, and then I got it. So here it is back. The thing you can kind of see on the tailpipe here, it has I'm pretty sure one of the pistons is like missing the rings completely, because this thing just looks like a bug fogger. It just blew smoke all over when you try and run it. And then this tire has a bad wheel bearing, which shouldn't be too hard of a fix, but I'm still happy to have it here. I would like to do a full restoration, front to back, everything on it. But until I have the money for that, I think for starters, I'm just gonna put some new piston rings in it, fix that wheel bearing, and at least have it so I can use it around the farm here, maybe like a mule pulling tractors around that don't run or something. Because when it comes time for a restoration, I want to do it right. I want to get either find an original set of skirts, or I know somebody who has another one of these tractors, and I want to get replicas made of the originals and get it all dolled up, dressed up right. But a cool thing about this tractor is it has a mag right here, which creates its own spark, which means I don't even need a battery on this thing to run it, because it doesn't have, I can lift the hood up, there's no generator or alternator on there. So we drove this on the trailer without even a battery on it. All you have to do is jump start it. If I had a hand crank, I could just hand crank start it. But I'm gonna see if I can get it fired up and show you guys what it's like using that hand clutch. Another thing, why I want to wait. So it was really common on these tractors for this kind of stuff to get all rusty, because they were used for spraying mostly in these orchards. And it was also common for these hand clutches to break. So it's supposed to come up down through that slot, and it broke off at some point. So somebody took a piece of angle iron and just bolted it down to the platform here. It still works, but it's in the wrong spot now. But yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get this thing started up and show you what it's like driving it around. You guys can see how much this sucker smokes when she runs. So as you can see, she smokes quite a bit. It was quite the blue haze around here. And sorry about the poor film quality. It's kind of hard to run a hand clutch and hold a camera at the same time. Can't afford a cameraman at this time. But yeah, she definitely needs some work if I want to at least just use her for little things. And then the only way to shut it off right now, since there's no kill switch hooked to the mag, is like I did. You can shut it off by just choking it. Or if you really wanted, you could just pull that main wire off and it wouldn't have any spark anymore. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. If you guys want to see anything else on it or learn anything more about it, let me know in the comments. I'm excited to go through the restoration process with you guys some point.